Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, our today's topic is the sources of water pollution. In previous classes, you have studied the meaning of water pollution, and now we're going to have a brief look on this topic, that is the sources of water pollution. Students, as you know, water pollution sources may either be point source, which means pollutants emitted from a single source, यानी point source किसी एक जगह से जो है pollutants emit हो रहे हों, आ रहे हों, like municipal discharges, or it may be non-point source, which means pollutants emitting from multiple sources, यानी मुख्तलिफ जगहों से जो है pollutants आ रहे हैं, like agricultural runoff. So the sources of this water pollution may be grouped into 5 categories. The first one is the industrial effluents. Industry, you know, effluents means the discharge is coming out from industries. So the effluents, that is discharges from industries such as that of pharmaceuticals, breweries, tanneries, dyes, textiles, paper chemical, metallurgical, fertilizer, pesticide, etc. are some of the most important agents of water pollution. समझ आए? यानी जो इंडस्ट्रीज जो डिस्चार्जेस लिक्विड्स होते हैं वहाँ से, या फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री से हो, या ब्रीवरीज इंडस्ट्री से हो, टैनरीज इंडस्ट्री से हो, डाइंग इंडस्ट्री से हो, टेक्सटाइल से, पेपर केमिकल, मेटलर्जिकल, हाँ, या फर्टिलाइज़र या पेस्टिसाइड्स वगैरह जो इंडस्ट्रीज बनाती हो, वहाँ से जो लिक्विड्स डिस्चार्ज होता है, एफ्लुएंट डिस्चार्ज होते हैं, तो उनको हम कहेंगे इंडस्ट्रियल एफ्लुएंट्स. दे कंटेन पोल्यूटेंट्स. These are some of the most important agents of water pollution. The effluents contain toxic hazardous chemicals. Okay, जो effluents होते हैं इसमें toxic जहरीली खराबी करने वाले chemicals होते हैं, metals होते हैं, phenols होते हैं, aldehydes होते हैं, oil होता है, grease होता है इसमें, suspended solids होते हैं, etc. The toxicity of these effluents is variable, but all have ill effects on water bodies. अब चूंकि जो टॉक्सिसिटी इनकी है, यानी किस हद तक ये एक वाटर बॉडी में ऑर्गेनिजम्स को या जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को इसके साथ इन टच रहेंगे, पियेंगे इसको वगैरह, यूज़ करेंगे, किस हद तक इसको ये डैमेज कर सकती है, तो ये डिपेंड करता है कितना केमिकल इस वाटर में है. सो आफ्टर all have ill effects on water bodies. Then the second one which we have, it is the sewage and domestic waste. So about, you know already what is sewage, and you already know what is domestic waste. We need not to repeat it again. So about domestic sewage includes like food wastes, synthetic detergents. You know, about 75% water pollution is caused by sewage, domestic wastes. It includes wastewater, human excreta, rubbish, metals, glass, etc. When these metals are put in water, this leads to a number of serious environmental health problems, as you can see in these images, how this waste is being put in water here also. So then we have the third one. The third source of this water pollution is the agricultural discharges. So dear students, agricultural fertilizer you already know, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides cause heavy pollution to water bodies. Okay, as this person is spraying some chemicals maybe pesticides or insecticides. It's spraying here, and this is this through agricultural runoff. This goes into the water bodies here, and you can see at this place also. So that's why I said here, agricultural fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides cause heavy pollution to water sources, okay, through surface runoff. Then the fourth one we have, it is thermal pollutants. So these pollutants include waste heat, okay, waste heat from nuclear thermal power plants, which increases the temperature of main water body, and the increase in temperature heavily affects the aquatic organisms. Okay. Similarly, the fourth, you can see in these images also. So the fourth one, we have waste oil. So it is the surface runoff oil from land which goes finally into water bodies. So oil from roads and parking lots, etc., pollutes water through surface runoff. So as you can see from these images, the oil coming out. So this is the waste oil. This wastage then finally goes to water bodies through surface runoff. So after this, let us observe this educational video on sources of water pollution keenly.
Water pollution. When toxic substances enter lakes, streams, rivers, oceans, and other water bodies, they get dissolved or lie suspended in water or get deposited on the bed. This results in the pollution of water and also affects aquatic ecosystems. Domestic sewage, agricultural runoff, and industrial effluents are the major sources of water pollution. So, any chemical, physical, or biological change in the quality of water that has a harmful effect on any living organism that uses it is called water pollution. Pollutants can also seep down and affect the groundwater deposits. Those substances that pollute water are called as water pollutants. Sources of water pollution. Discharge of sewage and detergent in the lakes and rivers, bathing and washing of clothes, discharge of toxic industrial wastes into rivers and lakes, discharge of agricultural wastes like pesticides and fertilizers in rivers, oil spills from the oil tankers, disposal of domestic waste in rivers, waste disposal by humans and animals in the water sources. Ganga Action Plan and eutrophication. The Ganges, most famous and sacred river of India, millions of people of northern, central and eastern India are dependent on it for their survival. Towns and cities through which the river flows throw large quantities of garbage, untreated sewage, dead bodies, and many other harmful things directly into the river. The pollution levels are so high that aquatic life cannot survive. To protect the river from getting polluted, Ganga Action Plan was launched in 1985. See, this is the state of river Ganga at Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. It is one of the most polluted stretches of the river. People can be seen bathing, washing clothes, and defecating in the river. They also throw garbage, flowers, idols of gods and goddesses, and non-biodegradable polythene bags into the river. Many industries of fertilizers, detergent, leather, paint, oil refineries, paper factories, textile, sugar mills, and chemical factories discharge harmful chemicals into the river and streams. These industries' release include arsenic, lead, and fluorides, which lead to toxicity of plants and animals. Industries are supposed to treat the waste produced before discharging it into waters. Eutrophication. Fertilizers are used in farming to provide nutrients to the plants. These fertilizers can cause water pollution also. Fertilizers move from fields into the river along with the water stream. These act as nutrients for algae to grow. When algae die, it is decomposed by bacteria. Bacteria used most of the oxygen in water, so fishes and the other organisms cannot breathe enough oxygen. This results in the decrease in the oxygen level, which may kill aquatic organisms.
So this is for today. See you next. Fi Amanillah.